Wait, were you guys at the party where I kissed Pedro Pascal? Because
I'm sorry, what?
No.
Hold on.
Oh boy,
Hit the brakes.
Daddy.
There's nothing. The reason I asked that is because I genuinely, like, I used to have like a really bad drinking problem, and I don't remember really much from that evening. But I know that he and I were drinking tequila, and I know that we kissed. I know that we kissed, but I don't remember like to what extent was I sloppy? Like, what was the deal? All I remember is that Sarah Paulson and Lily Rabe were like, oh,
Well, it's truly exciting because our other guest tonight is
Pedro Pascal.
Hello.
my room.
Yeah, he's in your. Yeah, we flew him out there. It's great.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Hello. That was it. What party was that?
Was it the opening? Yeah.
It had to be because Lily was there, Sarah was there. Wow.
Oh. Pedro Pascal was in that?
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
it was
remember.
Don John.
Oh, that's right.
That's probably the sexiest Don John who's ever lived.
And we got to watch him rise to fame in front of our eyes. Because like when he first started, nobody knew who he was. And then the Game of Thrones season kept coming out. And all of a sudden, we had to keep people away from him. At least I did.
Yeah. I still don't know who he is.
What? Oh my gosh. I've never been more jealous of anyone in my entire life. I wish that I had a drinking problem. I wish.
What?
I know everybody's like, what? You do?
Wait,
No.
what?
If I had enough of a drinking problem that I ended up kissing Pedro Pascal, I don't know. I'd be.
The thing is, the drinking problem did not factor into why I kissed him. The drinking problem factored into me not remembering.
Yeah. Right.
Oh.
Like the entire story, because I know that it happened. Like it's not made up. Like I very much remember, because what happened was that he was on Game of Thrones, and like I didn't watch it because I had like jumped off the ship like way early on, because I was like, this is way too intense for me in terms of like women and sexual violence. I was like, I'm out. And then everybody was trying to get me to watch it. They were like, oh my god, there's a bi guy, and he works at a brothel or something. Like everybody was trying to sell me on his character.
Yeah.
And then he was in the park, and I remember that like everybody was kind of tiptoeing around him because he was like kind of up and coming, but like he was such a down to earth dude that I remember being like, why are we like treating him like he's made of glass? Like he's so chill. And I was all like, I'll have a drink with him. I don't even care. Like it doesn't even matter.
It was great.
And I like went up and I was like, let's do shots. Like, and then I remember when you walk into Fred's.
Yeah.
Like if you go down and like the seating area is like this way, like that little nook of the bar, that stuff happened in that area. So like just straight ahead.
Yeah. That's what bars have nooks for.
That's where we were.
Incredible.
Right there. Yeah.
I love that. Welcome to OBP, the show with a simple premise. This millennial throuple tries to talk their way into a four-way conversation. With me, as always, are my two co-hosts. First, West Side Story, more like Best Side Story, Cameron Faring.
Hi, everybody.
And Starlight Express, more like Starlight Success, Tessa Flannery.
Wow. Hello.
And I'm your host. I'm an Anthony in the streets and a Sweeney Todd in the sheets. David Armstrong.
Wait.
And wait. No, we wait. Hold.
Wait.
Yes.
What?
Do you have questions?
No, continue. We'll just unpack that later.
Okay,
oh,
cool.
God.
Thank you. And joining us for this episode, our very esteemed guest, our friend, also a public theater alum, whatever. They are, I'll think about that later. They are an amazing performer, director extraordinaire, artiste incomparable, the head of Cardboard Classics, my former Here Lies Love dance partner, and the mirror to my Momoa. They're going to say their official name for the podcast, by which they will henceforth be known when I point to them, after which the three hosts will burst into an uproarious applause. Please welcome
Kathleen.
Yay! Woo! Kathleen, welcome to OBP. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, good. That is the extent of my script. So, Kathleen,
I'll take it from here, pulling up.
Okay, great. I see all the notes going up on your glasses. That's great. Wasn't there a thing for a while where you could like your teleprompter would be in your glasses or something like that? Or is that from a movie? Am I making this up?
I think that that's just something that you want. Like,
yeah,
I think that that happens in sci-fi movies a lot.
I would
maybe one day.
I want that. I do want that.
Yeah.
Is that Minority Report?
Could be Minority Report.
Yeah.
Could be.
What a film.
Oh,
I think Google Lenses were supposed to do that for a while. I just don't know if they ever completed the journey. Unclear.
Yeah, they stopped selling those, right?
They did.
Yeah, they're not
too many privacy violations.
Oh, rough.
That makes sense. That makes sense to me.
It's terrifying.
It is terrifying. Everything's terrifying. And TikTok's about to be banned. So
yay!
Oh yeah.
we live in
and on that note.
Yeah, on that note, we live in a great place. Actually, that's a perfect transition. Kathleen's not in this country right now, or the other three are. She's in the merry old land of England.
I am. Yeah.
Doing
I live
what?
The land of Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Keanu Reeves, the
English
most authentic British accents.
So angry, right? Yeah. Every time they think about Dick Van
Dyke. I have had men from Hinge throw literal fits about his accent out of nowhere. Like, they bring it up and then they get upset, and I'm like, no, like, and I will tell them in earnest. I'll be like, when I was little, I thought it was good. I didn't know any better, and they're like, oh,
I like never.
Basically,
I never.
Yeah, they do it, and then it's weird because they sound exactly like Dick Van Dyke.
Wait, what did you ask me? Oh, what am I doing here?
Yeah,
what am I doing here?
What's up? What are you doing there?
What am I doing here? I always wanted to move here, which I probably talked about when I worked at the Public, because I talked about it like all the time.
Oh,
That's
also,
true.
Sorry, I just realized it's so late there. Like, it's like 2 a.m., isn't it?
But yeah, it's 1:30.
Wow. Anyway, sorry, I'll let you keep talking.
No, it's totally fine. I always wanted to move over here. And then I did a semester abroad when I was at NYU, and I was like, this is it, man. Like, oh my God, I just fell in love. And so I made it my goal to come over here and to try to get my career going over here. And then I don't know, stuff was going pretty well when I first got out of college, and I was in a long-term relationship, and also I was getting gigs, it was going well, and then everything crashed and burned. It was so terrible, and I and then everything kind of started to dissolve, and then the pandemic happened, and then reproductive rights were going out the window, and they were like, oh, dude, everybody shoot kids that I was like, I have to leave America immediately. It's like,
Yeah.
so
Fair.
I like, that's like the very like short version of a very long arc.
Yeah.
That brought me over here. And the reason I like gave all that context is because like the program that I'm in right now is not necessarily like the one that I would have wanted. It's a pretty like standard master's, which this is the first time that I'm in any type of post-grad program. So like, but it's, it was really a matter of like, I wanted to get out of America and I started to get worried that I wouldn't be able to leave at a certain point, and that I just felt unsafe. I mean, like you guys, like you live there, you know what it's like. Like I've people over here like really don't have a sense of actually how terrifying it is.
Yeah.
And it like feels a bit alienating. They like see us as like very absurd and like, but like, and I get that, but you know, it's just, it is like I started to get really, really scared. I was like, I have to get out of there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm doing a master's and I'm trying to work. I just got some gigs, and then I'm gonna do another master's. The person who never wanted to go back to higher education is now doing 2 masters back to back.
Back to back.
So that's fun.
B2B. But this,
Yeah.
but the second one's like more like what you would have wanted to do, right?
Yeah. So the second one is like, it's, you know, so this is what I'm in right now is an MA course. And the second one that I just got accepted into is it's an MFA. So it's 2 years and it's in theater directing. And there's like, there's only, there's like the group of people that they choose. It's like between like 8 to 10 people out of like hundreds of candidates. So it's like really intense. And they like, it's so cool. They place you in a theater your second year, and then you just get to work on whatever productions are there, and they kind of like funnel you into. So like, I could like potentially be like this could happen. Like I don't know.
I love it.
That's so exciting.
That's so exciting. And I guess for the listeners at home, like we were just told this too. This is relatively fresh news.
Yeah, like I just found out yesterday, middle of the day, and then I found out I got hired on a gig that I don't have like my contract set up and everything, and there's actually some big names involved. So like I'm not technically allowed to like share, but like I'm going to be working on a production of Annie Get Your Gun at this new open air theater that's going to be in Surrey. And that'll be like, it's going to be a lot because it's an open air theater in its first season, doing a musical.
Ambitious.
So it's going to be an event, but I will be able to put it on my resume.
Hell yeah.
And it'll probably look really nice.
Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And an American
so
classic, an American tale as old as time, a woman with a gun.
I can't wait to hear all about it, honestly, because I love that show, but it can be incredibly problematic. And so I'm really curious to see how it's handled in the UK right now.
I mean, I know that the director like already talked to me about really trying to address the problematic stuff, like taking out the like, I mean, would it like, do people call it like red face, like the like really like mimic like that, like taking that stuff out, and then like also like doing some possible like revisitings of the libretto, like they've talked to the estate. So I don't know, like I know that they're trying to do it, like they're trying to kind of approach the text from a contemporary perspective. So
That's
yeah,
cool.
and also like, you know, he was talking really passionately about like how Annie was a really cool person and that the show kind of like, I don't know, like dumbs her down a little bit. And he was like, I wanted to try to kind of like investigate that. So hopefully, I mean, best laid plans, but
Yeah.
you know, it could be really good. I get very I don't know, I feel a little bit tenuous when Brits do musical theater.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's
that
one
is...
of the it's one of the few things
fair.
that we're like, no, that's our thing.
Yeah. Like they're really good at everything, and that's great. And it's I think it's okay that like we gave birth to Stephen Sondheim, and like not everybody has the gift. It's okay.
Like yeah, not everybody has a Sondheim. Yeah.
Nobody does.
Nobody does. What's the thing I like to ask people now is there anything, like we usually talk fandoms and stuff like that too, but like, is there anything that you're like obsessed with at the moment? What's the hyperfixation of the week / month / time?
You know, I wish I had one currently, but I'm coming out of a depressive period where I couldn't engage with anything other than Seinfeld just ad nauseum. So I guess Seinfeld, but like
that's cool.
Yeah, I think it really reminds me of New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So wait, if I wanted to talk about a hyperfixation though, that was like
talk about any of them if you want. Yeah, anything at all.
1899
the year
not have been canceled.
Oh,
the year. The Netflix series.
Oh,
what is this? Why don't I know about it? I'm sorry.
No. I don't think it was like super well advertised in America. I don't even know. So did you hear there was a Netflix series that started in 2018 called Dark?
Oh yes.
2019. Okay.
I did watch that and I really liked it.
Okay, so the same people who made Dark made this other show called 1899. And it was like I mean genre bending is like it's a really kind of like overused word, but it's true in this case. And it's also just I don't know, like there's like 14 different languages spoken on the show, and the thing that really sucks about it is that so Dark, when like the people who created it, they're a married couple, and when they created it, they brought like a huge like binder into Netflix, and it had the entire show laid out beginning to end with everything there, and that's why the show is so complicated, but it's so tight because they planned it from the beginning. And so like when they did 1899, they did the same thing. Like they went in with their Bible, like they had the entire thing planned out. And after season 1, I guess the reception was enough people being like, I don't know what's happening. And like basically deciding that like they probably wouldn't go back for season 2. And instead of like believing in them and like letting them tell the story, they canceled it. And the thing that's insane is that Dark, I don't know if this holds true anymore after Squid Game happened, but like Dark was the highest rated and highest streamed Netflix series of all time, series the end. And it also had 100% on Rotten Tomatoes for like literal years. Like it was like basically considered like a perfect television show. And then like I think like Hannibal is my favorite show, but I think Dark is the best show that's ever been made. Like 1899 was, it definitely felt flawed to me, but it was season 1. and they had 2 more seasons of story to tell.
Yeah.
To fix those flaws, to address anything that felt like a plot hole. I didn't think that anything felt incomplete because I knew that it was a third of the story.
Yeah. Like, and now it's impossible to judge it because they only got a third of the way in.
Like, because of how they're contracted to Netflix, they're not allowed to take the story anywhere else to finish it. So we're just never gonna know. And like the cliffhanger at the end of season 1 is like so massively fucked up. Like I can't even think.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is like.
I named my fish after 2 of the main characters, and then the fish died, and I just felt like it was my fault because I named them after characters from a canceled show.
Oh no.
No.
You 100% caused Netflix not to renew.
I'm looking at the poster for Dark. I have seen Dark. Now I realize.
Yeah, you've seen Dark.
I didn't finish it. I didn't finish it though.
I didn't finish it either, but I did love what I watched.
Now I have to. 1899 I have not seen.
Real quick, Kathleen, do you have other ventures in the Fullerverse, or is Hannibal your only one?
Obviously.
I had to check. I don't think we ever talked about that, which makes me very sad.
No, for some reason I feel like we did, but if we didn't, Pushing Daisies.
It's my favorite of all time.
It's literally incredible.
Yeah,
then there's Dead Like Me is like, the thing is I watched all of them. So then I also watched Wonderful.
Yep.
What else?
I mean, I loved the first season of American Gods, and then it got weird because it was taken away from him. And
Heroes
Discovery.
Star Trek Discovery, yeah.
Star Trek Disco.
And Heroes.
Yep.
So wait, you're telling me that the man who made Pushing Daisies is one of the people making Star Trek Discovery?
He conceived all of the characters and made the story arc for the first season and created the show, but then was let go because of.
Oh.
I just don't understand. I don't know.
Really,
I don't understand why so many people let him go. Because he seems like such a genuinely lovely person.
Are you sure?
Like the people who,
the people from the fans of Hannibal, like, are predominantly like queer women, and I've heard nothing but like the most wonderful, heartwarming things about him. And also, I think my headcanon is that Brian Fuller is to TV what Zack Snyder is to film. That he makes genre pieces, and so he gets boxed out, and people don't take him seriously a lot because everything he makes is like such a like. I literally want to like to say it was a sleigh. Like literally, Hannibal is a sleigh.
It is a sleigh.
It's a great sleigh.
But it's like a very specific.
Yeah.
Like the aesthetic of it is like very, very specific. Like even things like Wonderful and Dead to Me, like tonally, they were way too weird for people.
Yeah.
People didn't get it. Pushing Daisies like freaks the shit out of people. It's like.
And didn't that unfortunately end like at the writer's strike, or was that what?
No,
was it?
season. I mean, it had a season 2, and they canceled it right before Kristen Chenoweth won her Emmy.
Right. See, I have a roommate. Speaking of like queer women being big fans, like I had a roommate who was ace, who was like, "This is the greatest show of all time," and I was like, "Interesting that you don't want to touch anyone and they can't." But
that's real.
But I really liked it. I don't know why I never saw it at the time, but I saw it like a year ago, and I was like, "Oh, this is good." And it's sad that it ended.
It's truly sad.
Fuller's working on something new.
Always, he always is.
It's called Crystal Lake.
Ooh.
I think that's a Jason
that
Voorhees. I think that's a Jason Voorhees series.
An origin
I mean, yeah, that's the camp, Crystal Lake.
Oh my god.
That's the lake that he lives in.
My gosh.
That's incredible.
I got chills. I got chills.
We might be all right.
Of fear.
A new entry in the Fullerverse.
I mean, he's gonna keep trekking. Hey. But he will. He's really like he also kind of reminds me. There's like these are like my boys who I am like, please be nice. M. Night Shyamalan as well. Mm-hmm. I'm like, let him make what he wants to make. Yeah. Like,
look at you protecting
leave him alone.
Yeah. He did his penance. He made the unforgivable Last Airbender movie. They put him in director jail for a while, and now let him do what he wants. It's fine. It's fine. Honestly, his only offense to me.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how Jesse McCartney was going to be Zuko in that movie?
Awful.
Here's what you're gonna see. I'm gonna go Google who that is.
Oh,
Jesse McCartney was one of the founding members of the boy band Dream Street.
Your teeny boy heart will pop.
I remember Dream. I remember. Oh.
And he also sings that. He also sings that song. Beautiful.
Well, and
beautiful something.
Oh, Beautiful Soul. The one that's like, beautiful soul, yeah.
I love you and you're beautiful.
I don't want another pretty face. I don't want just
any. We're very on key and very in. It's
great. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, you know.
He was going to play Zuko.
He was.
Yep.
He's not Asian.
No, he's not.
Didn't he die?
Didn't
he die? No. Oh my God, Aaron Carter died.
Aaron Carter died.
I thought they were the same.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Except Aaron Carter was a rapper.
Yeah.
Right.
Poor Aaron Carter.
We do miss him though.
Yeah.
Too much drugs, I think.
Yep. Too much drugs.
Something bad.
And he was just making a name for himself. He was just, being discovered in the adult world with his OnlyFans, and things were looking up, and he just, tragic. Also, Bicon,
Aaron Carter was bi?
Yeah.
Tessa, nobody in the Avatar movie was Asian, and that was maybe the problem. Actually, no, that's not true. They whitewashed everybody except for the villains. So the Fire Nation was still played by Southeast Asians. Good for them.
Great. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Speaking of bicons, Kathleen, how do you identify these days? Just for our listeners.
Ooh.
So I consider myself bi, and unfortunately leaning towards the end of the spectrum that is predominantly attracted to men, which is just so deeply tragic.
Deeply tragic. We are alike. We are kin. And
it is so terrible.
It's the worst thing about me.
And then in terms of my gender, like I say non-binary, but I feel like just queer is just queer. I don't know, something like in the middle, just in the middle. That's Matt Smith noodle arm for everybody. Yeah.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube person.
I identify as inflatable.
Hey, this brings up a great question that some gay people asked me this weekend.
What?
Well, people. So M spec. The M for M spec, is it middle of the spectrum?
No, multi
spectrum.
Mauve. It's for mauve.
It's mauve spectrum.
Mauve.
It's mod. It's
mod spectrum.
Yeah.
I'll tell them that.
Yeah.
It's mod spectrum. That's mine now. That is mine now.
I was like, I don't even know, friends.
Multi.
Great. Thank you.
You own this business. Come on.
This has been your queer education corner.
That's the thing. We've just slipped, a real question from me. So
Right.
I'm just reading off my notes here. Okay?
Right.
Oh, okay.
It's like an incorporated ad. It's like we're very subtly like, oh, by the way, M-Spec, what is that?
This is the queer agenda.
Why it is casually bringing it into conversation. Why are you M Spectacular Productions? Why not?
Yeah, exactly. Mod. That one's mod for sure.
That one's mod.
That was definitely mod. Don't worry about it. I can't do mod. I can't do B. Arthur. I tried.
I appreciate the attempt.
You have to try it. You have to try it at least once. See? Oh my god.
Ma. Nope, that's still nanny-ish, not
Who is that?
Golden Girls-ish.
Oh.
Ma.
Yeah, that was very Fran Drescher.
That's very Fran Drescher.
Good. Wait, I feel the need to say, did we all work at the Public when Here Lies Love was there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. I can never remember like who was where when, other than I do remember because David and I did our performance, our much lauded performance of Here Lies Love in the lobby.
We were like animatronics like in the lobby. So like you would see us like do it and then you would be like, well, I am going to Here Lies Love. So no, I don't have to stick around for this. But I think they wanted to. I think they wanted to.
I think we brought in. You need to calm down. There's a lot of crime.
A lot of crime.
I think we were bringing in people because every single person who came in the door to be like, "What is this building?"
Right.
Was then like, "What is this?" And
yeah,
we were
what's
like,
happening here? Yeah, exactly. That's correct. That's correct. We were like we were like a sort of free street team for them.
Oh wow! So you didn't even get paid extra.
No.
Sounds to me like you need opening night comp tickets.
Ridiculous.
I have been following Instagram religiously.
Yeah.
So excited.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So Kathleen, I don't think we had a very long overlap because I think I left this summer around summertime post Here Lies Love. And then I was gone. That was it for me.
When did I actually leave? Summer of oh my god, summer of 2013 might have been the last year I worked. No. Like no. What am I talking about? Sorry. That was before I moved. 2016?
That sounds about right. That was my last year too.
Yeah. So in that time though, my theory is that this Guys and Dolls that's at the Bridge Theater right now. Have you guys heard about this? Do you guys know about this? Have you heard about this?
No.
You know about this? There is a immersive production of Guys and Dolls.
Oh,
ooh.
Fascinating.
It is it's Nick Heitner saw Here Lies Love and was like, how can I make this better? And then did this. Because the reason I say that is because the platform, it was the same Here Lies Love platform, except that they were hydraulically, so like when you walk into the space is just a floor and you just like walk in and then they like I forget what like the special job that like Ezra and Blue had. So like the jumpsuit motherfuckers.
The pink ushers.
Blue. Yeah, the pink suits.
The jumpsuit guys.
Yeah.
Like they were dressed as New York cops. But like, right? Like it was weird. But they would do the same kind of crowd wrangling stuff. And then the platforms would actually like raise above you. And like it was insane. It was literally just Here Lies Love, but like on crack. It was just the next level because like you could, instead of the platforms having to like be pushed out of the way or pulled or something, like it would literally just go down and they would just like gesture for you to come across and you fill in the empty space. Like it It was
Wow.
crazy.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a lot.
And guys and dolls.
If I walked into a production and the first thing I saw was a New York cop, I would walk right back out again.
I mean,
I'm not staying for that.
It's in the UK though. It's like friendly there.
Oh, okay.
It was like, I don't know. She tried to sell me a soft pretzel, and it was amazing because they were like, the sign said $3, and then they were like charging. They were like, oh, it's only 3 pence, and I was like, what is this accent that you're trying? Like, it was like, it was not.
Yeah.
It was, man. It was one of those situations where probably all the British people thought that they sounded like they were from New York.
Yeah.
But because I'm from New York, I was like, I can just tell.
It's them doing American accents. Like, I think it's insulting to hold such a grudge against Dick Van Dyke for their piss poor American accents.
Piss poor.
Absolutely piss poor. Hey,
one of the first
how you
UK
doing?
shows...
I'm from New York.
One of the first shows I saw in the UK was Somewhere with a Rainbow.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. Thank you so much. And the little girl, I remember, like, I went with some American friends and we were like, we can't stay. We can't stay.
We can't stay.
They were like, I think they might have said, talked about Arkansas. I don't know. They were like,
I've just got to get home to Arkansas. There was a tornado.
We've definitely touched on this bit before.
So
you were like, I'm from Kansas.
Yeah, awful. So that's always fun. I think it's silly to hold a grudge against a 60-year-old grudge against Dick Van Dyke. I think.
Yeah,
right.
That's
that
silly. I think it is 60 years.
Yeah.
So here's the real question then.
He's lived longer past that accent than he has before that accent.
Yes. No, it's true. Here's the question, fellow theater geeks. What other musicals would you put in an immersive Here Lies Love on steroids situation? Because I have to know. I would never. It would never occur to me to do Guys and Dolls.
Mame.
Oh, shut up!
Everybody shut up! Everybody shut up! There's the best idea.
Yes.
Here.
Oh my God, that is an amazing idea.
Wait, which one?
Steel Pier.
Steel Pier.
Oh.
It's a Kendra and Ebb show.
Yep.
About a dance competition.
Oh.
Oh.
It's about the dance marathons that used to happen in like not only Atlantic City, but like a lot of kind of like Atlantic City-esque like pier towns and stuff. And it was just a super exploitative way during a time that America was really, really hard up to make money. They would put people through like the craziest shit. Like they would chain the dancers together and stuff and like make them run around in circles for like, it was absolutely nuts. I
would be great
on it for a period of time.
Wow.
It would be.
What else? I don't know.
Yeah,
incredible.
I would love that.
What about everybody else?
Real quick. I just have to say, I have the prop microphone that Deborah Monk used in Steel Pier in my possession.
What?
I'm sorry. Hold the phone.
Hold the mic.
It was a gift.
Right now?
It was a gift. Not here in my other office, but yes, I have
a gift from Deborah Monk?
No, not from Deborah Monk. I made several
Deborah
new friends. Fame's Deborah Monk. Yes, Fame's Deborah Monk. I made some dear friends who were both Broadway veterans and retired to Wyoming.
As you do.
One of them, I mean, they just loved it because it was so different from New York. But the person who gave this to me, she was basically Susan Stroman's chosen prop person. And so she had stuff from all of the shows that she worked on. And so she was like, hey, you have a mic collection. I don't need this anymore. Here you go. Merry Christmas.
Wow.
That's so cool.
It's one of my favorite things because I love it so much. It still works.
Yeah.
It still works.
One of my first professional gigs, Karen Ziamba starred in, and it was the most like surreal. Honestly, that's probably why my depression is so bad, because I peaked at 21, you know, like completely. Like, I mean, I met Karen Ziemba and she like knew my name. It was like that was it. Like I made it. Like and now everything has been downhill. But no, like it was genuinely like a really wonderful thing. It was like I used to wake up to musicals every morning. Like I would set my CD player to like start the first song of whatever CD was on. For years, it was the factory whistle from Sweeney
Todd. What a way to wake up.
That'll get you.
I mean, you know what? Though? Like, nothing says work ethic like Sweeney Todd.
It's true.
there's no harder worker stuff.
Like that shit. Like I like woke up to that.
I love it.
Like that was like
that's kind of amazing.
It's amazing. I love still
an alarm clock CD player.
Yeah, that holy those? Millennial Batman.
The best.
I think the Nickelodeon one had a CD player attached to it.
It did.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's the one I had.
I didn't have that one, but I had a knockoff next to my clear phone. Oh, you know, the clear where you could see the inside, brightly neon colored phone.
Yeah.
Slickalodian, it was called.
Slickalodian. All right, what are your shows, y'all?
I just saw. There was a Moby Dick. Like somebody made a Moby Dick show.
Oh yeah, they did. Dave Malloy did it, right?
Yes.
At the Natural History Museum, he like did a site specific version. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Put some hydraulic platforms in that, and I'll and make the audience sit in the water. I'll do that. I like that. I'll do that one. I'll say that. Anything with water. Just anything with water. I want platforms in that.
Yeah.
Mobile platforms.
What's your one, Cameron? I'm having a hard time.
My brain is honestly shut down because there are so many wonderful ideas strumming through my head.
You should do like
I would love. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm just doing bits now.
I was doing bits.
I was doing bits to like kill time while you guys thought of one of the other ones.
Do bits.
I think you should do one that like is a pretty static. I think you should do like a Beckett series. Just do like an end game or
waiting for Godot.
Yeah, waiting for Godot. But like, just waiting for Godot. But occasionally there's just like shh.
Or how about the Scottish play In a Diner, but on platforms that move?
Yes.
With strippers.
With strippers. And cowboys.
Strippers except the witches. The witches are not strippers.
Everyone but the
everybody
strippers.
else is strippers.
Everyone.
But I saw a production of Macbeth where the witches were on poles, like Chinese poles.
Cool.
They would
that's cool.
They would like kind of like jump from pole to pole. I actually wanted it to be like much more active than it was. Like it was a really cool idea, and they didn't utilize it as much as I feel like they could have. But also like low key, like I'm writing. This is like a side note, but I have to write a play for my intro to playwriting class, and I'm writing a play about the strip club that I worked at. Because I'm like, because I just wanted to write I kind of wanted to write a like demystifying, like destigmatizing thing that's just kind of like about the like space of backstage.
I love that.
Fantastic.
But sorry, you guys were like, mix that with strip poles, and I was like, I literally saw that at the National Theater. Like they did that. But they could have done it better.
Yeah, that one sounds awesome.
Yeah, that one sounds awesome.
If your witches were played by Chinese acrobats who just sort of stayed up there the whole time.
That'd be cool.
Literally pulling strings. Come on.
Right. But you know what I feel. You know how I feel.
You know.
My feeling is that the witches should do nothing but like be like, this is what could happen.
Sure.
Like not pulling string. I don't want
Yeah.
my witches in Mackers like actually making the action happen.
Oh, okay.
I want my witches just being like, well, human man,
Mhm.
here's some options.
Yeah.
You do what you want. And then he's like, okay, cool.
And then
I'm
he does
gonna
everything.
be evil.
No, you're right. No,
Yeah,
that is better. You're
I
correct.
don't know.
No,
I
you're
don't
correct.
know.
No, you're correct. At the end, all the strings fall. They weren't attached to anything.
Oh, okay. I like that. I
Ooh.
like that. I
Thank
like
you.
that. It was.
Thank
It
you.
comes back
It's-
to it all. As
It's
his
all
element.
about what you take from it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Speaking of which, on platforms, immersive, spinning constantly, South Pacific.
Oh, that's fun. I like
another
that.
one in the water.
Yeah.
I know.
Water works really well for
spinning.
platforms. Yeah, for spinning. I love that.
Mm.
And
So
maybe
while we're at it, let's
1776.
do Titanic. Let's do Titanic.
Let's do Titanic.
And anything
Oh,
goes.
actually.
That would actually be really
that would be
Anything
great.
goes is fun.
That would be great.
Yeah, anything goes is
Titanic's
good.
nice because you just like cast the audience as all the second class passengers.
You lock the doors of the theater. Sorry, everyone.
It just gets colder and colder and wetter and wetter.
Yeah. I love that.
You just install sprayers so that it hits each one of them in the face every once in a while randomly.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like it's
Oh my
a
God.
Disney.
Like it's the Muppets
What was-
4D show.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. My theater history brain is failing me. What was the Rotten Theater? The immersed he used to hang corpses and stuff so that people like rotting cows during his play so that people would be horrified. What is his name? Fucking Perpetual Pain. God damn it.
Nope. This sounds like a Corky Sinclair move, and that's all.
No, it's
What is his name?
not Arto, but like someone like that.
Yeah.
I can't help you
These
guys.
fucking people.
It's fine.
I was probably Alex Timbers.
I could see Alex Timbers doing that.
He was like, I want to make it really edgy, but
Yeah.
like, I will never forget the day that he showed up with his parents and his mother was wearing a sweater tied across a polo like this. I was like, oh God damn it, that's where he comes from.
Yeah.
Like, why am I like, I just,
The most stereotypical thing you could have done.
it was just so like, and like, look, like I'm middle class white too. Like, you know, it's not like, but at the same time, he acts very like, oh, woe is me. Like I'm
Yeah.
the modern Edgar Allan Poe of musical theater. And his mom's name is like Barbara.
Yeah, and she owns a sweater. I mean, come on.
It seems like
mean-
it might actually be Arto. I'm not sure.
What'd you put in for your Google? I want to know your SEO.
Well,
For
let me
this.
tell you. Let me take you through it all.
Corpse
First, I put
theater.
First, I put rotting theater. Then I put theater practitioner who hung rotting stuff. And that's where it gave me Arto. And then I just followed up with Arto hung rotting cows.
Good. All right.
Well done.
So he did go to a mental hospital. So
Yes, he did.
sounds like that.
He had
Oh, man.
perpetual
Fun.
perpetual pain. He
Oh,
described
chronic pain.
theater of cruelty. Makes sense.
theater of cruelty. That's what it was. That's what I was fucking thinking of.
Yeah, that's
Thank
Arto.
you.
That's Arto. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's him.
I know theater of cruelty now.
Yeah. But yeah, he had one of my friends who was working on her MFA when I was doing my undergrad, like did a bunch of research on him and was talking about how his migraines like felt like an ice pick shooting from the inside out.
Oof.
Perpetually
Oh.
his whole life.
That's what yours feel like?
That's what mine feel like. Yeah, it's when I get
Please
them,
don't
I
hang
like
anything rotting.
I would always say to people that that's what it felt like. It felt like there was something like inside my skin trying to like burrow to get out almost.
Oof.
And it's like in the
Sorry.
corner of my eye, and like I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like and I don't get them chronically, thank God. But like when I do get them, they're debilitating.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I've had like one and I felt like such a wuss because I was like, I can't do anything. I can't go outside. Yeah, ooh.
They're a nightmare.
Theater of cruelty.
Theater of cruelty. Speaking of theater of cruelty, what was your favorite show that you saw at the Public? Like, what was your favorite thing that you saw? Can be play, can be musical, can be both, can be neither.
I think I know mine, but I feel like I jumped in last time. So
No,
You're the
no, you
guest.
should.
Guest
No, you
goes
should.
first.
No, you
guest
you
alone.
should.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's gonna elicit a lot of like, ooh, because I feel like nobody liked this show. So First Daughter Suite was probably my
I
favorite
loved
thing.
First Daughter Suite. Thank you.
Actually.
I did.
Or
No, I did.
no. But then also, I was thinking about like while we worked there, but I saw a roadshow
Oh,
there.
nice.
I'm so jealous.
I'm jealous too.
And that was the first time I ever saw Sondheim in person.
Yeah.
It was the closing night, and he was sitting in front of me, and I watched him like play the show on his leg, like while he watched it.
Oh, that's
It was
good.
like the most. I can't even write. Like, what a freaking
My heart.
That's a good theater story. Like,
That is
I
a
couldn't
good
have like
theater story.
written this story like that.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Jerry not Jerry Orbach. The guy who he did Hairspray, Jerry Mitchell.
Jerry Mitchell. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Jerry Mitchell. That he in the Road to Broadway documentary that he's
Oh yeah. Yep.
that he's like I went to see Chorus Line and I sat in the back row and I thought one day like I'm gonna be on that stage. And then when I made my Broadway debut in Chorus Line, I sat on stage and I was like, I wonder who's in the back row. And it was this like beautiful moment. And then he was like, true story.
Mm-hmm.
And he like totally ruined the ethos of the moment. And it was so
I love that documentary.
True story.
Good. It's so good. But
That's
yeah,
how you ruin.
Roadshow
That's how you
or
ruin
First
any
Daughter.
story.
True story.
Just say true story at the end.
I am so glad because
because
so many people hated First Daughter Suite, and I love it. I still listen to the cast album quite regularly.
It was after my time, so I missed it. I think. Who put that up? Where was it on? The Newman.
In the Anspacher.
The Anspacher.
Mm-hmm.
And who
Anspacher.
Tell me more about it.
It was a continuation of First Lady's Suite, except it was focusing on the daughters, including Barbara Bush's first daughter who passed away. So she interacted with the ghost, which was was surprisingly lovely.
Wow.
And also like the relationship between Barbara and George's wife.
What
Laura.
is her name? Laura. Yep.
Yeah. The daughter-in-law relationship between Barbara and Laura was really, really, really beautiful. And Rachel Smith Jones, is that her name? Yeah.
Rachel Bay Jones. Yeah.
Rachel Bay Jones. She was unbelievable.
Yes.
And like
she was. They all were.
I mean, it was. I think it's just such a special piece of theater, and like, I mean, I feel like LaChiusa's Wild Party is one of my favorite pieces of theater, like full stop. But yeah, First Daughter Suite, like it's really, really like I think it's a masterpiece.
I agree. It's absolutely beautiful. See What I Want to See is one of my all-time favorites that I want to return to every single time it does so much for me.
Yeah. I don't know See What I Want to See. Like I really I don't know a lot of his work. Like not all of it. Like I think that all of it is masterful, but not all of it I can listen to. Like some of it is genuinely way too atonal for me. And I'll be like, I get that this is amazing. I can't do it. Like Murray Christine is just too much for me.
That's fair. That one's a lot. I think you would love See What I Want to See. I would give it a shot. It's a 5-person cast, and it does 3 short stories woven together. 3 Japanese short stories woven together as like the silkscreen art.
Ooh.
It's very cool. And it's his grieving process after 9/11.
Like, where do they hide these shows? I mean, I was aware of it like when it came out, but like,
yeah, they don't produce them enough.
No, and that's I want to desperately. It's just it's not easy material, and people don't like to feel. So
yeah,
I'll do it over here. We'll do it over here, Cameron. We'll do it over here.
Great.
Cast me. They're not close enough to 9/11.
Right.
Like,
cast me. Put me as AD. Do whatever you want. I will be there.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. What was your least favorite show?
Yeah.
We always love that.
We do. And we are a bit contentious on this podcast.
I didn't get to see Hamilton.
Oh. Least favorite thing, for sure. Least, like...
what was my least favorite show? I think that Alex Timber's Love Labor's Lost was my least favorite show.
The first summer.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Because it was an abortion. Like, this marriage is an abortion, Michael. It was not Shakespeare. It was not Shakespeare. Yeah. And if he called it Alex Timbers' Love Labor's Lost, that would be fine.
Right.
But the other thing too is that I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but Kenneth Branagh did a film version of Love Labor's Lost.
Yes. It's one of my favorites.
We're aware. Of course we are.
It's Alex Timbers like plagiarized a lot of aesthetic aspects of Kenneth Branagh's vision. Like,
I didn't think about that, but that's true.
Like, yeah, like weirdly so. And like I heard, and the only reason I say like plagiarism so confidently is because I heard fucking shady things about him around Hamilton and Bloody Bloody as well. You know, because like around, like they were both at Vassar. But like more so just that they were like around at the same time. But like Alex just, I really also really didn't like Here Lies Love. I think that he's a hack, and I think that he seems the reason I'm okay with saying that I think he's a hack is because like if I didn't like his art but I wanted him to respect me, I would be like, oh well, you know, this, that. But I only ever heard stories about him being super disrespectful, snotty, and short to people, and so I don't care, frankly.
Yeah.
Like, he seems like a very spoiled kid who was like never told no. Like when he went to Rich and was like, why can't you make the plane stop going over the top of the theater? And Rich was like, what do you mean? Like, and he said, was like, but make them stop. Like,
he said that he came to he came out through my gate. And so I got to hear that exchange, and I was like, we're supposed to call air traffic control?
I remember this story.
We're supposed to call the mayor of planes? I've never heard I've never heard good stories about him.
Nope.
It's unfortunate how many shows he's done that I enjoy.
Yeah, I really liked Bloody Bloody. That's all I've seen that I think I really liked. That was, I mean, okay, can I say that Designated Mortar laughed, but the length was a no for me.
Too long.
The length was a no for me.
No, same. I love Designated Mourner, but
it was unbelievable.
But after the first hour, I was like, I think I get it.
Yeah, I was like,
come on, Wally, cut it out. Yeah. Wrap it up.
Did you ever have like? I had this really wild experience. I feel like, which I'm sure that every single person had. Whereas when Wally looks at you, it's like he is looking through your eyeballs into your soul. Mm-hmm. And I was not prepared for that from Wally.
No, I mean, I had that experience. Like, did you guys also? Yeah.
Yep. And I was like, don't do this to me, Grand Nagus. I'm not ready.
I was like, inconceivable.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he saw through me.
Yep.
Into the things I didn't know that were inside of me.
Yeah. He unmade you.
He unmade me.
Yeah. Was Designated Mourner, does anybody remember, was Designated Mourner after or before Grasses of a Thousand Colors?
Before,
okay. Because I liked that one less. Designated Mourner was fucking like cool.
It though.
I liked it okay. If it was Wallace Shawn,
they are
great.
the same in my mind. In my mind, they have melded together.
They might.
Which one had the eggs?
Which one had the eggs?
Yeah, which one did we like give out hard-boiled eggs?
What?
That was Grasses of a Thousand Colors.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, no, there were snacks. No, we gave out snacks.
There were snacks, and one of them was a hard-boiled egg?
No, that was the snack, is hard-boiled eggs.
That was the snack.
Can you imagine the
smell
of theater food?
A billion hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, talk about theater of cruelty.
That tiny little theater in the back of the lobby.
In the Shiva.
Ugh.
But I
remember that.
I so desperately want to look up the monologues from that, because it's just Wallace Shawn speaking about his huge and gorged dick is just swollen into my mind. I just swollen.
Yeah, it's
swollen. Swollen into my mind is a very evocative phrase.
It is.
Cameron.
It is.
Write it into a play immediately, please.
Punched me right in the joy and swollen into my mind. My favorites were Good Person of Szechuan was my favorite everything, and I loved Hamilton Fun Home, and I did love Here Lies Love, not for the direction, just I loved the cast, I loved what they were doing, I loved how amazing they sounded all the time and the things that they were doing.
Yeah, I love it for David Byrne. And I love it for the Filipinos.
Yep.
Yes.
And my least favorite was The Library. Fuck that play.
I just felt so bad for the actor.
I mean, we love Chloe.
I love her, but I felt so bad that it was, I'm sorry, it's going to be just cats scrabbling about behind me all the time. But,
it's fine.
Yeah, when it was the show started with just her on stage as the audience entered for 20 minutes, and all of her stalkers came. What? It was too much.
Not fun.
No,
when you're worried about somebody's personal safety while the audience is entering,
and it was for no reason. It was for literally no reason.
No reason.
That's why I hate it so much. Is it was hard on her, and she did her damnedest, but it was just really shitty. It was just shitty. The set was amazing, though.
Thanks to that show, I did see what everyone saw in that tall guy from Mad Men. The main guy.
The tall guy from John Hamm?
John Hamm, yeah. John Hamm's partner was the woman in that play.
Oh, that's right.
And he came, and so did Sam. Who's that great actor? Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell and John Hamm were at the opening night party, and I remember being up until that point, I was like, who cares about John Hamm? Whatever.
And then you saw John Hamm in person.
And I saw John Hamm, and I was like, this is what everybody's talking about.
Yeah, you saw him live and uncut.
This is talk about it. Uncut. Wow. Golly,
He
Moses.
swelled into your brain, as it were.
He swelled into my brain.
Stop saying it.
I'm gonna make a t-shirt right now.
No.
Watch the reflection in my glasses as I put these elements together in Canva.
I'm watching like a little like shirt move around in your glasses. Oh god. My actual nightmare. Oh my god. Is there a cat? Oh, there's a cat. Oh, there's a cat behind you.
They are literally, they just
God.
had their dinner. They're like 9 p.m. dinner. 9, 4, and 9.
Hi, cat.
There's 2 of them. There's one low and one high. And they are just going to torment each other.
Tessa, shut up about the cats for a moment. What is what is the thing on the wall? That one. Is that a violin? What is that? Is that a bagpipe?
I think it might be a combo violin banjo bagpipe.
Is it an erhu?
Probably an erhu. Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, it is an antique that these rich people.
I was going to say, I don't think this is your apartment. Look at all that crown molding.
How dare you?
Where
How dare
are
you suggest my apartment doesn't have crown molding? I'm at the home of these cats.
Oh, your cat sitting. Okay.
They're literally losing it.
They're out of control. Look at them.
Wait,
look at that one. Look at that one going crazy.
Oh,
okay. Those ones are fighting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just one really big one.
Yeah.
fighting a rug.
Oh, okay.
Yo.
That sounds like a euphemism.
Yeah. One really big one fighting a rug.
Yep.
If it isn't, it should be.
There's my t-shirt for the day. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're fantastic. You've done well. Oh my god.
Done well, young Padawan.
Kathleen, is there anything since you're abroad and away? Is there anything you miss particularly about New York?
Oh man. Yeah. There's a lot. I really miss I mean some of these are really obvious and then some of them are like deeper. I miss
whatever you want.
I miss that everything is 24 hours because everything closes really early here and it's actually super terrible. I miss the people like so much. I don't know. It's been much harder adjusting than I thought it would be. And I miss the food. Like you can go anywhere and the food is going to be amazing. It's harder to find a place that has bad food than it is fine. A place that has good food. And like over here, it's like everything is mediocre or bad, and like it's rare to find a good place.
No.
It's just unfortunate. And like I've had more McDonald's in the last 6 months of my life than I've ever had before because like there's nothing open late. Yeah. And then there's like nothing good to eat. Like what else? I do kind of miss, I mean, it's not like I was attending like musical theater, but I just get really depressed when I look at like what they consider like kind of like musicals.
Pantos?
Pantos?
Yeah, it's just like I miss, like there is something really, really special about that one format of art that we just like nail that they can't, like, I mean, I don't, like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with like the Tina Turner musical and ABBA Voyage and the Michael Jackson musical and Back to the Future. Like those serve a purpose, but like it's just, it's like, it's sad to me that people are like, yeah, like they basically just like completely, it's like they think that the genre is like a different thing, or like not the genre, like the medium. Yeah. Like they think that basically if it's like live performance with music, it's a musical.
Right.
And I'm like, it has to be like based in theatrical narrative.
Yes.
And that's not like, but yeah, I mean, like the biggest things I miss are just like cultural things, like that there's something like New Yorkers are actually like really amazing people.
Truly.
And like there's a lot of apathy in London. Like, you know, if somebody goes, you know how like if someone sticks their foot in like the subway train and is like, hey, like, is this train going to like here? Like multiple people will be like,
yep.
Like will respond, like somebody will be like, where do you need to go? Like another person will be like, no, the platform across is like, go over there. Like people get involved.
Yep.
Even if like everyone's like looking down at their phone, they're like actually paying attention. Like I like my first week here, I saw some tourists like ask really kindly, like, is this, it was a simple question. It was like, is this the Northern Line? And like no one even acknowledged that they were speaking.
That's
and
fucked.
It was just like it's like this weird. I've been like picking I've been, and it's been piecemeal because I can't seem to date the guy for longer than like 3 weeks. So it's bit by bit that I'm breaking down this problem. But I keep asking the guys that I'm dating about like what it is. Like they still have this like ingrained sense of politeness to the degree that it's like, oh, well, I won't speak up and get involved, even though that person's like asking you.
Yeah. It's so weird.
And like, you know, I thought that I could just be like, oh, I have depression. Oh, I deal with this. Oh, I'm queer. And like, they just get very, like they don't wanna, there's like, I have a professor who like very transparently thinks that I either have made up my trauma or that I like talk about it to like get attention.
Sure.
Because literally the culture, like they just don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it.
And like somebody that I was dating said to me, he was like, our way of dealing with like mental health crises is throwing government programs at people. He was like, we set up the program, and so then like when somebody comes to us and they're like, I'm really severely depressed, instead of like taking that person into our arms and being like, share with me, or like, here's the phone number, like, or like, you know, how can I get you, like, and it really like, I don't know, like it seems weird. Like everybody in New York, you'll go out on a date with someone and I'll be like, yeah, like, oh, my baby mama, like fucking, we had a DV case and man, things are rough and I have PTSD, and you're like, oh man, me too. Like, and everyone's out there about like all their shit. Like, and then I come over here and I went out on a date and I told the guy I had anxiety and he was like, ooh.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends in the UK, and I remember I called one friend and I was like, this was like weeks ago. I like left her a voice note that I was like, I don't know, I think I might have ADHD. And like her like response whenever I talk, because before I've called her and been like, I think I have anxiety, she'd be like, her response was kind of always like, like, I don't know if like getting distracted means you have ADHD. Like she's just very like, I don't think we should talk about this, and I don't think you have it. And then I got diagnosed, and so she responded to me with that like weeks after I had sent her the voice note, and so I was able to call her, like leave her another voice note immediately, being like, okay, so I just got diagnosed. Like, fuck you, I don't have it.
Yeah,
it's strange. Yeah, that's strange.
It's mental health is, I feel you're right. Like obviously I was there a long time before you, but it was like it was like a little stigmatized then as well. Yeah. I lived in Scotland also, so it was like people were friendlier than London for sure. Like people would tell you but in Glasgow the train just goes in one circle, so it's real easy to get around. But
which way is this circle going?
Yeah, they'd be like, it just get on no matter where.
Oh, okay.
You'll be fine.
It will eventually go to your stop.
It's weird that kindness like translates for them as like don't get involved, like don't talk, and then like here it's immediately like kindness is like, no, I'll help you, like it's no skin off my back. What?
This is
that the phrase?
It is.
Said it before.
It is the phrase.
This is the edifice of nice that we have spoken of before, and like just a lot of things are clicking into place about the UK and how they can be responsible for worldwide atrocities and just be fine with it because we don't talk about it.
Right. And we also talked about
shove it under the rug.
I also feel like Cameron, Tessa, I feel like we just talked about this too on the podcast where it was like, because I've said this now a couple of times when we've talked about it. It's like, I think New York only works because it's kind, because actually it's very kind, because there's 8 million of us in a space.
It's the only way it could work, right?
It's the only way it could work.
8.5
million people in a space that I think comfortably would fit 500,000. And so like the only way that it works is like we have to be kind to each other or we implode on ourselves.
Yep.
Right.
So yeah.
Not nice, kind.
Not nice, kind.
It's an important distinction to make, but like it's the truth.
Yeah. It'll be like, no, it's going uptown. Now get out of the door, please, because I'm late. I'm fucking late for work.
Oh yeah.
Makes sense. I know. I think we take food for granted in New York. I forget sometimes how much food option there is here. When I go home and visit my parents, I'm like, oh yeah,
it's only what's in the fridge.
Yeah.
No wonder people have to have so much cheese at their house,
Mm-hmm. No, it's true.
Why is there so much cheese here?
Seriously, you open people are using their cheese drawers in the provinces. Like here.
That's true.
We don't even need to do that.
No.
We can get cheese on demand.
Our cheese drawer is so
delivered
small in our fridge.
Our cheese drawer is full of other stuff like clothes and
That's where I flatten my socks. Come on now.
I call it a cheese box.
Ooh, I like that.
Mostly because of Pushing Daisies, but
yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I do want to grate some cheese into a pie crust, like an apple pie.
I've done it. It's really amazing.
Good. That is so smart. That is so
pair with Gruyere baked in the crust. Yep.
Okay, I was gonna say Gruyere baked in the crust. Gruyere is like because I feel like you need like a harder cheese, like almost like a Parmesan level hardness, but not flavor.
Parmesan.
So Gruyere is a good option.
It's lovely. Yep. And the flavor is with pears and apples. Actually, I've done it with both. Is lovely. So get on it.
I feel like apple is my go-to, but anyway. Oh no, we blew out David's ears.
Cameron's "get on it" was very loud.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I just wasn't expecting it. I immediately was like, I have to go make a pie. Like I felt like I should in that moment.
I'm persuasive. What can we say?
Oh man.
Real quick, one last public theater question before we do our obligatory FMK, which is, what was your favorite way to pass the time at the public?
Yeah.
Was it the hot goss? Was it the celebrity sighting? Was it tap dancing with David in the lobby? It was
definitely. It was. I mean, we really like coasted on Richard Denny impressions, and like
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like it was the always in fifth for me, or I wasn't fifth, like whatever that like. Yeah, that, oh my God. But yeah, just, I feel like we were always just kind of like taking the piss out of the shows that were there at the time.
Yes.
And then also like talking about, like I would be talking about Hamish probably.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like, no, that's true.
God.
Yeah, I also always had like a public theater man crush that I was like, I will have him. So that was also always a good way to pass the time.
Yeah. You gotta go after them. I mean, we know you have the audacity.
Yeah.
Speaking of Hamish, though, I gotta ask if you saw, since you like dark and you like Hamish, did you watch that spooky priest Hamish show?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it?
Midnight Mass?
Midnight Mass, yes.
I did. Well, I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. I thought I really wanted to, because so Haunting of Hill House is literally one of my favorite things I've like ever watched ever. Like I've watched it so many times. And then Haunting of Bly Manor, like was
okay.
incredible.
And this is the person who wrote Midnight Mass.
So Midnight Mass was like the third season of this, except it's not like part of this series. It's just like it kind of is like, but I don't know. I just like the main character Riley. I just wanted him to disappear. And then he did. He did. But I really wanted it to be better than it was, or it just, I just really didn't like it because I love Raul Coley. I thought he was so good. And I obviously loved Hamish, and I thought he was amazing. I thought that it was like a kind of it just felt like a bunch of people monologuing at each other.
It was a lot of monologues for TV. True.
And I was like, what is this? Like, and then, it was a miss for me. I know a lot of people really loved it.
You didn't grow up religious though, right?
No. But
that might explain why
I've noticed that a lot of people who really liked it. Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of people who really liked it are recovering from religious
Catholics.
But the thing is, it's like both of my parents had left the church, and so I grew up with lapsed Catholics who were like telling me all the time about all of the traditions that they had left, and like why the traditions were so toxic and so terrible. And so like I don't know, like this kind of thing is somewhat written for me. I literally to me, I just think it was actually really poorly written. Like when you see Haunting of Hill House and then you see Midnight Mass, it's like, it's not even, to me, they're not even comparable in terms of like artistic quality. But I don't know. Some people are like,
yeah.
Like, I forget who it was. Somebody that, like, I really respected was like, you're fucking wrong, dude. They were like, Midnight Mass is incredible. And I was like, I mean, I think that you're crazy, but okay. Like, I don't know.
And finally, last and certainly not least, the reason that this podcast even exists is because we wanted an excuse to do our, well, for me, shitty, but for these two, remarkable antiquated popular culture impressions. Do you have any? Do you have any in your pipe? And do you remember Katie walking around the public, or Jimmy Stewart walking around the public?
Do I have impressions in my back pocket?
Yeah, specifically antiquated popular culture, but anyone. I mean, they don't have to be good.
I mean, I have. Like it's very weird to have a Richard Dreyfuss that I have, but I don't think that that's like I don't necessarily think that that's like a one that I can like throw down.
I'm so glad you have Richard Dreyfuss.
The thing is, it's like I've been doing it this whole time. Like the reason that I scratch the back of my neck like this is because he does it in Close Encounters. I did it once to imitate him, and now I do it all the fucking time.
And now it's mine.
Now he is me. This is the thing, is like the reason you don't see him anymore is because he's in my attic. Yeah. And I'm just like draining him of
Dorian Gray style.
Like one thing at a time.
Yep. And then one day you show up and you're just young Richard Dreyfuss, like, and we're like, oh.
Yeah. Wait. Do you want to see my Susan Stroman impression?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm wearing a hat. Guys.
Top notch.
Visual joke.
I did not
just
me doing a visual impression for a podcast.
I love it.
We have a sound cue for that because we do it literally all the time.
Oh my god!
All she did was put on a hat. It was great. It was perfect timing.
I think there was a period of time where I could have done a really good impression of Hamish, probably.
Sure.
Because he was always like, I'm trying to think of what. He's so weird. He's just like a very tall fae.
Yes.
He's like a thin white duke. He could be a thin white duke on his own.
Yeah. No. I mean, like, I can recite all of Close Encounters and all of Jaws. Does that count as an impression?
Yes. I remember your Jaws fandom fiercely, and it's something I think about a lot.
I just remembered one, and unfortunately, it's another visual joke, and I don't know. Unfortunately, it's another visual joke, and also it's an inside joke, so it might just be for me.
Is it Blabe? Blabe?
So wait, can we? I need to walk us into it. Okay, one of my favorite all-time memories from the public is Kathleen and I. God, I feel like we were duped into this, Kathleen, because I don't remember anybody else having to do this. We walked around New York, like handing out flyers for Shakespeare in the Park.
Oh,
I remember those shit.
I turned that down.
I did
no
too.
Thanks.
I did too.
I needed money. So it just ended up being me and Kathleen. We were like, oh wait, I think we.
No, there was some other weird bald dude who was like really aggressive. Don't you remember?
Oh yes, I do. I don't remember their name.
I don't remember his name.
I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. Though I could see them in like my mind, like a nightmare. I could see them in my mind. But we had not really spoken yet, and this was like the first day that like we like hung out. It was like thrown into like the crazy situation. We had like all these flyers, and basically was like, don't come back until you've given away all these flyers. And we were giving out a few of them, and then occasionally we would just throw some away, or
Of
like
course,
we would
you have
leave
to.
them. We would leave them places to be like, oh, put them up or whatever. But we didn't check on that. And then I don't know. We started talking about something, and I don't even remember the exact conversation, but I wanted to combine the Wesley Snipes movie Blade, with Babe, specifically Babe Pig in the City, because it's fun to say Blabe Pig in the City. And I said Blabe Pig in the City, and I turned to Kathleen, who does this impression.
Just him like walking on his hindquarters with the guns.
And then he puts the guns away and he scowls. I remember there was like
he's like, I'm Blabe.
Blabe Pig in the City.
I'm Blabe, and this is my city.
I'm a vampire and a pig.
It was like, yeah, and he just had like, yeah, he had that exact same voice, but he like talked about like killing vampires, but
Right.
And then he walked on his hindquarters the whole time.
Yes, oh, that's right. It was Babe's voice specifically. It was Babe's voice, not Wesley Snipes. So FMK, I know the three. I'm picking these three trios because of our esteemed guest, and Tessa.
Huh?
You don't have to look them up. I made some visual aids.
Oh my gosh! Stop
So here
it.
we go. So round number 1 for FMK. Let me make sure this works. Round number 1, very, very easy. Dr. Ian Malcolm, Dr. Alan Grant, and Dr. Ellie Sattler from a Jurassic Park. FMK. I know Laura Dern has come up for another FMK round for I don't remember why, but
I think she's incredible.
But this is specifically Dr. Sattler in this incarnation. I think we did Admiral Haldo for some reason.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh yes.
Why did we do Star Wars captains? What was that around?
I don't remember.
Was it May the 4th? Who knows? May the 4th be with you? Something.
Maybe. Yeah. But anyway.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. Look at Jeff Goldblum.
I don't know where this
Sam
image
Neill.
comes from. I recognize these two images of Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler. Whatever this image is.
I think he just said, "Don't put your hand in shit." I think it's in that scene. I think it's in the poop scene.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, we would know, right? We would know exactly where these are.
Oh.
I know.
I am going to fuck Dr. Ian, marry Dr. Ellie, and kill Dr. Alan, which makes me very sad.
Alan!
I know.
Oh,
I don't want to kill anybody, but
I know.
I'm with Cameron.
Oh,
fuck
same as
Ian,
Cameron. Okay.
Marry Ellie. Sorry, Alan.
Oh, sorry, Sam Neill. Come on.
Sorry, Sam
I do
Neill.
love in real life. I would probably marry Sam Neill if he asked me. If he
asked.
I know he's happily married, but
Right,
I want to read his biography. I want to, lay in bed next to him. Anyway,
read his biography while lying next to him.
But my problem has been, as we all know, grumpy older men.
Yeah.
So I should kill him instead of being with him.
Sure.
In this instance.
Yes. Yeah, it is Alan Grant, and he is a little grump.
Thank you.
He is a little grumpy.
Kathleen?
Okay, I'd fuck Ian.
Uh-huh.
I'd marry Alan.
Oh.
And I'd kill Ellie. And let me explain why.
Yeah, please.
Because Ellie wants kids. I don't want kids. And so I would actually be a perfect match for Alan because their big relationship issue is that she wants kids and he doesn't. So I'd be like, yo, you and I can get along because we love kids, but we don't want kids. So we can, you and I can we can vibe on that.
That's true.
That is true.
Dude, I completely
I'm
forgot.
sorry.
I'm going to ruin Ellie's life. Oh my God.
I'm sorry, Callie, but
you made the right choice. She can have kids in heaven.
What?
I don't know. David.
Oh, I see. I would switch. I'll marry Ellie Sattler. I'll kill Dr. Ian Malcolm. I will fuck Dr. Grant. Alan. And I will yell it like that raptor from Jurassic Park 3. when we do it. Alan!
Alan. I like when she's running and she's like, Alan.
Oh yeah.
Laura fucking
run. Through gritted teeth, she screams run. And I imagine they cut out a take where Alan is like, what? We're so far away from each other right now. What?
Do you know what doesn't carry? Not opening your fucking mouth hole.
Yeah. She did everything possible to keep sound from escaping her.
Run. What?
Yeah.
Did you say bun?
I thought, in that moment, I thought she was talking to herself because she was like, I have to get my body to move and I am frozen with paralysis of fear, but I have to talk myself through this moment and get myself moving.
Nice take.
Tessa, that's fantastic. Next time we do Jurassic Park, I'm going to do it that way.
Yeah, I should have thought of that.
I didn't think of that. I've done dishonor to Ellie Sattler. I will have to amend that when I reprise.
I want you to really think about your lives.
Fuck.
No, you don't.
I'm just kidding.
I guess I will now. All right. Number 2. We're gonna do the I mean, maybe controversial to say. I don't know. But my favorite Pythons. We're gonna do Graham Chapman, Terry Jones, and Michael Palin.
Oh my gosh, look how handsome Terry Jones looks in this photo.
Terry Jones fucking killing it in this photo.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite pictures of him. It was my profile picture for a while.
That's right. Yeah.
I feel so bad. I feel so bad for this, especially because he's the only queer one. So it's very kill your gays of me. But I feel like, well, he's already dead. Well, so is Terry. I mean, okay. Yeah. So Graham, look, Graham, my boy.
King Arthur.
Graham. So I'd kill Graham. I'd fuck Terry and I'd marry Michael.
Yeah.
And this
I'm
is
the
why,
exact same.
Michael has been with the same girl since he was like this fucking teen.
Oh.
And they are still together to this day. And he is like the most loyal person in the entire world. Terry Jones could get it. He was apparently a huge freaking slut.
Yeah.
So I guarantee
look at him.
He had a whole complex. He had a whole complex about how like short he was in comparison to all of them, which means that he was good in bed because he thought he was inadequate.
He had something to prove.
You want someone who wants something to prove. That's something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Graham, because he's bi and got a lot of holes of all different kinds. I don't think he felt as though he needed to prove anything ever to anyone.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, he probably just laid there, really.
I mean, he played King Arthur for a reason. Tessa, you're the same?
I'm the exact same for the exact same reason. But also because Michael Palin loves archaeology. So we'd have something to talk about for our whole entire long marriage.
Yeah. And there's a lot to talk about with archaeology because it goes all the way.
Tell you.
All the way back. It goes all the way.
It goes all the way back.
All the way?
Cameron?
What? Oh God. Why is this one the hardest one we've ever done? I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you.
I thought we've done the Python Boys before, but not not this combo. Okay.
We have not done the Python Boys. Do you seriously have another podcast where you just do this but with better looking people? What is happening?
Me? No,
yes,
you're the best looking people I know.
Now that's not true.
I'm gonna come to both your houses and beat you up.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're in my usual house, Tessa, so good luck finding me. I love them all. I think I'm gonna marry Graham and fuck Terry for all the same reasons and kill Michael. And it's because I don't want to break up he and his 15-year-old girlfriend. I mean, since they were 15.
Nope, hang on.
Since they were 15. I don't want to break up Michael and his girlfriend since they were 15 years old.
Yeah. Good. Better take.
Yikes. Sorry, everybody.
Woo.
Oh boy. I'm gonna marry Terry. I'm gonna fuck Michael Palin and then I'm gonna kill Graham Chapman. Just to be different. No, not really. I feel like that's the right call for me. Yeah. And then Michael Palin can go back to, his, he just had a
15-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah. he just had a dalliance with me. That's fine. Okay. And the last one, round 3. Here we go.
Is it going to be Richard at 3 different ages?
You know what? I won't lie to you. I almost did that, but I'm going to do this one instead. It is.
Oh, here we go.
Oops. Oh boy. Oops. It is Roy Scheider, Robert Shaw, and Richard Dreyfuss, the crew of the Orca. Martin Brody, Captain Quint, and Matt Hooper, oceanographer.
Hold on, I have to call someone in.
You have to call someone in? Well, oh my God. She's gotten him out of the attic. He's here with us. Sitting in the breast pocket.
Oh my God, I don't know. Oh, I forgot that I can fuck the person I'm married to.
Yes,
that's true.
Yeah.
You can go either way with a marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You can always fuck, or you can never fuck if you want. So,
okay, so then
just a marriage.
I would kill Roy. I would fuck Robert, and let me tell you why.
Please,
let me tell you why. That man has 9 children by like 5 different women. He gives good vibes.
Yeah.
And he has these blue eyes that could cut through your soul. Mm-hmm. He really does. I mean, the thing is, I feel like he probably wouldn't connect to you during it. Like, it would be very separate, but you would like come really hard, but he like wouldn't look in your eyes. I don't know.
He's already moving on to the next kid to have.
Right. And then Richard is my soulmate, so obviously we'd get married and then have sex like constantly every single second of the day. So.
Right. Oh, incredible.
Wait, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's sort of about this, but you know how Robert Shaw's one son, since you're in the UK, did you get a chance to see the play that's about, oh, I'm sorry, because it sounds like it would be like right up your street of loving Jaws.
Yep, you better believe I definitely made friends with the guy who played Richard, and then he breadcrumbed me for an entire year while also having a girlfriend, and totally, yep.
Okay, I'm sorry. You give me the name of the guy who played. Give me the name of the guy who played Richard, and I'll track him down. And
go to his house and beat him up.
He doesn't need to get tracked down. He will. His punishment is never getting to sleep with me. That's his literal punishment. So.
Hell yeah, F that man. So anyway, but I'm sorry about that.
No, I wish I had seen it. I really wish I had seen it, and I wish that it existed in a form where I would one day be able to play the character, but I would never get to play it because. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and this so my best friend at home is friends with the guy who understudied this guy Liam, who played Richard, right?
Okay.
And he ended up at one point, he sent him, they were in a bar together, and he was like talking about me and like my hyperfixation with Richard. And he was like, I'm going to show you her impression. And he showed it to him, and he was like, I'm being completely serious right now. He was like, it's better than both Liam and mine.
Wow.
But
yeah.
So they got nominated for Olivier's, and I'll never be able to play this part.
That's too disappointing. How dare they? Let's
remount
it. Let's remount it in New York, and we'll just bring you in just to do it. And then you'll win a Tony.
I mean, I'm not averse as long as I'm the one who gets to meet Richard first. I will have won. So that's what's the most important thing.
There we go.
Okay, put the feelers out, people.
All right, let's start putting this together, guys.
Let's make it happen.
Get it.
Okay. I'm gonna follow up again. I have a different take for this one. But I am gonna marry Richard as well, because I feel like he's just the best man for me in this film and probably in life. I'm gonna kill Robert Shaw because I hear he was a real anti-Semitic dick. So I've got to take him out, even though, like you say, he's probably great in bed. I'm gonna fuck Roy Scheider though, because I don't know, there's something about him that's kind of like, ooh.
Oh, he's very, very sexy.
Yeah, he's sexy. The cigarette when it hangs and falls out of his mouth. So many moments. They all have such thin lips though. Like, look at this. Kissing is going to be weird with any of these men.
You get so thin-lipped on the sea. Yeah. It's all that salt air.
It just dries your lips up.
They just curl back into your mouth like they weren't even there. It's my Colin Farrell. Thank you.
I like it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I like it.
Thank you so much.
Fudge. Tess, I think I'm the same as you.
Welcome.
I think. Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
What are you guys? You're fucking
Roy, killing
Robert, marrying Richard.
Marrying Richard.
Okay.
I'm also just like, I think I'm also just like getting off on the fact that I'm cucking Richard with Robert. Because that would just make him so, he'd be like, oh, I'm so mad.
That's a very good point that you have there.
Mm-hmm.
No, this one I'm just gonna do it just be different. I'm gonna kill Richard Dreyfuss. I'm going to marry Roy Scheider. And I'm going to fuck Robert Shaw.
Wow.
Yeah.
How could you?
I mean, Richard's like honestly like an abomination on the world. Like it's like he's a pretty bad guy.
Yeah. Well. That is fuck, marry, kill, and that has been the podcast. I mean, what else is there to say or do or?
I was doing a David Yazbek "Dirty Rotten Scoundrel" song ending.
I love it.
Because that's how all the songs in DRS all end. Like da 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 da, or like da 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 da.
Yep. Just in time for a rolling button, and then land with your hat. Thank you, Tessa.
I really pictured it.
Oh, good. Everybody, say goodnight, y'all.
Okay.
Good
night. I'll do mine, and then everybody else do theirs. And then our guest gets the final word. I didn't look. I want to do this is David Armstrong. Just letting you know, I want to do a remake of The Mandalorian. It's going to star Denzel Washington and Meryl Streep, and we're going to call it the Mandachurian Candalorian.
Mandachurian Candalorian?
Yeah.
How the fuck dare you? I mean, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I've been Tessa Flannery, and I just want to make sure you remember that you get thin-lipped on the sea.
And I've been Cameron Faring, and I learned something new about myself. Turns out I want a dick on an orca.
And I have been Kathleen, and one day I hope I'm rich enough to have one of those absurdly unuseful but ostentatious guns that shoots money out into crowds of people so that I can just make it rain on whoever, whenever.
Because all you do is win.
What an incredibly specific but also perfect want for rich future you. I love it. Yeah. This has been Omni Bilateral Panic for another week, telling you all to shoot for the stars. Bye.
Bye.
Oh boy.